Okay ma, now we see the next problem. Find the analytic function f of z u plus iv. That means always f of z is u plus iv. Find this f of z function. If u minus v is equal to e power x cos y minus sin y. Here you observe, in last problems we have given only u or v, but here we have given u minus v. u minus v ఇచ్చారమ్మా, u కాదు v కాదు, u minus v ఇచ్చారు. Find out the function f of z. We see how can we find this f of z. Already we know we have f of z is u plus iv. This is given one. Always f of z is u plus iv. Now multiply this equation on both sides with I. What you get? LHS I into f of z is equal to RHS ni I తో multiply చేయండి, I into u. Okay, this one I into I means I square v. I square means minus 1 kabatti minus v. So multiply this equation with I on both sides. We get I f of z is iu minus v. Add these two, this one and this one. What we get? We get LHS f of z plus I f of z. రెండిట్లో f of z ఉందమ్మా, కామన్ తీస్తే ఇక్కడ 1 into f of z, ఇక్కడ I into f of z, which means adding these two equations we get LHS 1 plus I into f of z equal to these two terms plus these two terms. See, first you write the real terms u minus v, okay, plus this is iv plus iu. So I common తీస్తే plus I తీస్తే u plus v. Write this in the form of f of capital Z. In place of LHS you write f of capital Z plus in place of this real one capital U, in place of this imaginary part u plus v, v. Now this equation totally becomes in capital letters. This function 1 plus I into f of z is f capital Z అనుకోండి. This is equal to u minus I. Real part is capital U and imaginary part is capital V. Now you see, this is in the form of f of z is u plus iv. For this function f of capital Z, u is real part and v is imaginary part. Now what we have given here? U minus v. U minus v means, what is u minus v? U minus v is capital U. So capital U minus v is equal to e power x cos y minus sin y. What is f of z? F of z is this one, 1 plus I f of z. So f of z 1 plus I. Now you observe ma, in first equation f of z is u plus iv. Here u, capital U is given. Capital U is nothing but u minus v. Capital U is given. We know how to find this function capital f of capital Z. So in equation 1 u is given, capital U is given. By using Milne-Thomson method, if u is given, find f of capital Z. Then we find the original function f of z. Okay ma, this is f of z. You main, this equation 1 is main ma. F of capital Z is u plus iv. Capital U is given. U is given. We find f of thick Z or capital Z. Okay. Okay ma, now what is dou u by dou x? With respect to x derivative. With respect to x derivative, see this one, u is e power x into cos y minus e power x into sin y. What is dou u by dou x? E power x into cos y minus sin y. Into ఉంది కదమ్మా ఇక్కడ, e power x into cos y. కాబట్టి dou u by dou x చేసేటప్పుడు ఇదంతా కాన్స్టెంట్, cos y minus sin y కాన్స్టెంట్, e power x డెరివేటివ్ e power x అవుతుంది. ఓకేనా? Now dou u by dou x is e power x into cos y minus sin y means e power x cos y minus e power x sin y. Similarly dou u by dou y, e power x is constant, cos y derivative is minus sin y derivative is cos y. Now we get dou u by dou y. Now u is given, dou u by dou x is nothing but pi 1, but put in place of x y z0, you get in place of x put z, e power z, y place లో 0, cos 0 1 కాబట్టి e power z into 1 minus e power z into sin 0 means 0, అంటే totally it is 0 into e power z is 0. So pi 1 z0 is e power z minus 0, which is e power z. Similarly dou u by dou y is this term, which is pi 2, in place of xy you put z0. What you get ma? Z0 means sin y is sin 0 which is 0. So e power minus e power z into 0 means 0 first term. Second term minus e power z into cos 0 means 1. So e power z into 1 means e power z. So 0 minus e power z is minus e power z. By Milne-Thomson method, when u is given, f of z is equal to integral pi 1 z0 minus I pi 2 z0 dz plus c. Now we can substitute this one. This pi 1 is e power z minus I into minus e power z, which means plus I e power z dz. Then on integration, f of z is equal to e power z plus I e power z, because e power z integration is e power z plus I constant. Again e power z integration is e power z. Now common this e power z, you get 1 plus I plus c. Okay, what is f of z ma? By equation 2, this f of z is 1 plus I into f of z is equal to RHS e power z into 1 plus I plus c. Now what is f of z? Here it is 1 plus I into, see the next step ma, e power z is equal to RHS by 1 plus I. RHS means e power z 1 plus I by 1 plus I plus c by 1 plus I. Cancel these two terms, 1 plus I, 1 plus I. You cancel these terms. Okay. After cancelling, what you get? This is, cancel these two values, 1 plus I, 1 plus I. What you get ma? The next step we have, the next step is f of z is e power z, c by some constant. 1 plus I is constant, there is no x, y and z terms, so c by some constant is, again it is constant. Now f of z is e power z plus c, which is the required function. Okay ma?